What it do? It's your man Malik Abdul Sabr Jr. coming back to you with another video on the Black Haven Comics channel, and today I'm here to talk to you about the state of Tier 1. Now, a couple months ago, I did a video on Tier 1. You know, Tier 1 introduced about a little bit more than a dozen stories that we've already got through about 4. Lightning Striker 1, Lightning Striker 2, Hawaii's Hero, Nitra, and Noir Dragon Origins. Now, those are the first 4 stories that are in the Tier 1 canon that have been published so far. And as you know, if you didn't even follow my Black Haven Comics social media, you know that 3 comics have been confirmed for next year. Lightning Striker 3, Island Warriors, Nitra 2, Jupiter Trine, and Noir Dragon 2, Fire Burning. Now, more of the current state of Tier 1 is going to be explained when I do the full spoiler videos explaining the plot of Lightning Striker 1 and 2, and then the plot of Nitra, and then furthermore the plot of Noir Dragon. You know, it's going to be big spoilers, and that's basically going to tell the entire story, but in you know, kind of like how Comic Historian or Variant Comic does I just watched recently Comic Historian's audio on the DC's Crisis on Infinite Earth. That was about 3 hours. No, it was about an hour and some change long. And basically, the projection of these stories, I did that a little bit in Noir Dragon Origins, is to set a more realistic tone. Lightning Striker 1 was more of like a Golden Age story, and I'll do examples of Golden Ages in another video. Lightning Striker 2 and Nitra 1 were more Silver Age storylines. You know how the Silver Age of comics goes. Marvel was very good at, you know, defining the ages of, you know, comics. You know, Golden Age comics, Silver Age comics, and, you know, Bronze Age comics, or some people call them the modern era comics. But I'm looking for more of that modern / Bronze Age of comics where it was more realistic. You know, what set us into the Bronze Age of comics was everybody that knows the Amazing Spider-Man, the death of Gwen Stacy. That launched, even DC went into what was known as the Bronze Age of comics. And I say all of that to state that Tier 1 is more moving into that more real, not that hasn't been realistic, but moving to a more deeper, more intense, more story-driven, powerful, triumphant way, you know, and a little bit dark, you know, a little bit how a real villain would, you know, how any of us who might just receive powers, you know, kind of like how Invincible, the Amazon series Invincible, or the Prime Video, The Boys, which, you know, those two are basically running the comic game right now, for being honest, because they're the more consistent. The storyline is always, I mean, in fact, that's another video. That's another video of me going on another rant. I'm a part of the whole comic book community, so I watch all these people. I watch people talking about the wokeness in comics. There's not Black Haven Comics, as far as wokeness goes, that will be wokeness into a certain extent. It's not going to be overboard. It's not going to be trying to fit into what everybody else is going for now. And that's not to say a lot, but, you know, everybody knows what I'm referring to is that. But Black Haven Comics itself, the state of Tier 1 is going to propel us forward. The stories are going to start picking up. You know, Lightning Striker 3 is going to tie the first 2 stories together. You know, there's 5 stories of Lightning Striker in Tier 1. We're about to be more than half the way through, and Lightning Striker 3 Island Warrior drops. There's 3 stories of Nitra. You know, we're already a third of the way through. About to be 2/3 of Nitra 2 Jupiter Trine drops. And Noir Dragon, you know, everybody knows, Noir Dragon was a pretty hectic storyline, you know, a lot of, you know, heartbreak in that, and a lot of, you know, what realism, you know, he was a teenager at that time. Most of the story, about 80% of the story, takes place when he's like a senior in high school, and what goes on and whatnot with that. But as far as everything else goes, the state of Tier 1 is doing good. The state of Tier 1 for Black Haven Comics is doing excellent. I feel like once I give a synopsis video on the stories that have already been published, it's going to all make more sense, because not everybody who read Noir Dragon read Lightning Strike. Obviously, got more fans, whether it was with the Kickstarter that failed, the Kickstarter that didn't get its funding goal, or if it was just for word of mouth. You know, the Kickstarter didn't get its funding goal, but the first weekend of sales of Noir Dragon, you know, and it wasn't even on Amazon retailers or Barnes & Noble. It was strictly on the Black Haven Comics site. You know, and I say all that to say this: Black Haven Comics Tier 1. There's 3 storylines confirmed for next year. There's going to be more comics publishing, but I only wanted to confirm 3. As in, I already made a Black Haven manga video, so you already know that from that list that was on the screen, there's that list of manga that's dropping. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for Tier 1 to just, you know, capture the world by storm. My goal is, I said, by this decade, Lightning Striker is going to be a household name, but that's just going to be for for all of mine. That's gonna be Black Panther Comics, a household name, just how Marvel, DC, Image, that's all. I'm just excited, Stay tuned for that Nitro Origins video, the summary for Nitro Origins, Lightning Striker 1 and 2, Noir Dragon. Stay tuned for everything else that I have. I still have that Nitro versus video dropping, and then I had that Noir Dragon versus video dropping. And once we get more Raymundo, since he is a superhero offender where he was introduced into the story, I will have that at a later time when we get more details about his powers. As I stated before, my name is Malik Abdul Saber Jr., the owner and creator of Black Haven Comics. Everybody have a blessed day. Stay tuned.